Yes, my people, my people. How una dey? How una dey? How una dey, my people? Abeg make una share this broadcast. Where Ola Coco family then? Where the powerful followers? Where they dey? Make una call them come. We quick do at least it's very short broadcast. This broadcast not go too long for ground. Share the broadcast. Press like, press love. Greeting to you all according to the locations where you watch me from, and welcome to Ola Coco One of Everywhere Talk Show, aka the man of the truth. The only man when they talk for matter, the matter must get maximum 80% or 90% before the man of the truth will let the matter go. So this matter we don't take ground for long now. We need to talk about this matter. When I remember when Zuzu Gaga matter come, Ola Coco take on upon himself. I believe Zuzu Gaga Association, they don't realize their mistake. They don't calm down. Enough of all this audio money everywhere. Sandra, I see you. You too much. Thanks for coming. Enough of all this audio money. I knew you know the level who they Zuzu, who they breathe. Now then they share stand, their girlfriend. I believe it's all those why now. If you now look the temperature, it does still calm down. Because here I met it do I use up do I more boria. So riola koko ya gwaye mata. Mata beti wa nyo ola koko rere komi. E fancy me ya sendere e mata na umagwayo iwe wazi egbe ere ase ya gwaye the matter ola koko kiri yo. So osie orebate zuzu amaye fove ola koko. A lot of people tie ewewo la otwa blah 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 na tuoma amano boro mego ijobono kwa oya ewune. So no boni asaba agita my we no ya pay the 2 million. So wayafe wabokia no my guy broadcast na we no guy ruda we e so in ya bagbe we back well in your office. Very short broadcast. Feel free to press like, press love, and feel free to write where you are watching from. I see everyone. Thank you for coming. Prince, Adazenoga, Ude Zuzu, don't enter revise. Ude Zuzu, don't enter revise. Ogbeye revise, Ude Zuzu, Wiye. Ude. Give my way. Nia ya mwa ni ya fe eohin. So share this broadcast. Sandra, see you. Thank you for coming. Off we almost say for Akbaswa come. Almost to talk. The governor of Olakoko Talk Show, you are well recognized. The house greet you, Gidigba. I greet everybody once again. Emi mahia gwankan wedene na roda we katamu wa ina we celebration va okekenoro we na. But the governor to boy or tire okeke evansoga shana we ya bere governor we na governor Olakoko na ya bere wa na bere wa. So the governor to boy tire no do gwe wogwa or to boy tire that we egbe na wo pe agbe emeti perform say so as the governor of Olakoko Talk Show then ori no do awe Olakoko when abungbe egbe we no as the governor ori worry. So one of the expect we were bere governor we na warisi ngbe ede yeroda ede tonight the celebration the governor to boy always give one hand before the end of this broadcast. So now press like, press love, wherever locations where they watch me from. We walk with reason about the matter we in the ground, enemy within and other matters. Enemy within and other matters. MC Okwosioma will join us for this broadcast. Is they on the way or they by my broadcast now? Enemy within and other matters. Èmi náà sunu nana mi we la koko we do agwanye the matter. Do that where Edo or Edo. Ọmọ nari ye kendo ya huene. Ehia bere mi no magba. No we o makanye. Ehia bere mi no magba no go makanye. Okay? Obaseki you're the first governor. No do rule of Edo State. You're the first governor. So omakeke na wa bere mi ya no wa kesa dinyere o shokewa o you name mama emi de how do I experience it Obaseki. Now our mother complainer, God bless you, my daddy. Yes, so bless you too. Bless you too. Amalele we see me where woman winner we do. Amalele we see me woman winner. You are the governor. From a power no here decide do I winner o don't winner o obowe emi yayi. So only problem anybody. But una when we are said no se kokto yeke. Salobo anewe. Baro no here mention no where we was no man winner. But Amao no be like boundary where Amao no be like boundary or where. Osadebe avenue or bueno. Revenue allocations or bueno. Uvmoe give kogio. Uvmoe ari Lagos o. We no really come where no lue. Erewe oji. Power is not forever. Ake yubo kao. I will do where boy the governor or say Orene or Lagos in it or Degbe with Dangote. Depend. So can you really come where Bekpo Noiri for my need a peace where women. I need a peace. Do Gualeke no heya Marisco, Yoba or to a shift tatune where one year is zone away because there Obaseki there Oshomole no muwere we Miami we do where Edwari can do where pure water company can do where one or two things my egbe made your mind soon there. Am I mio? So yeah, welcome who also am I mio? Where on a yokbanu do or edora uri edo udoga indomie udoga pasta or tugari primary school yaga pensione student any rock by mother de aro amamio. So okwe no we hear do we hear do amu shift title in a one or magi no understand. So if nana ya no sunu na ona igyogi ma don na we okwe eme moki bonifelaga in hijo wala koko kai bonifelaga no rejemi ogi ma e wo support moki o meme wo support ogi ma wo support because only no more the bottle no man can okay I go gogoro ma talk am as e no be ogogoro ma oyi obono you side wori oyiwo ohun romo no man need be amai mi e den la dan live video no do gwe no ge befela be jemi ge no we yantin e moki o meme amai mi e de go la dan no do gwe gwa we ekenu fikpe yina ema. So even amagba bush inspector ameme wola di anodo nodo gunya gwan we ne omeme na tare omadeyo so ya woja ayasi me boma oja yasi me boma onyo si ero la koko na de gwan ye mata veni wan oge a risk nana efo to eri oge okiri community eri ebe fo odo miewe abiyo kiri do ladi an yen celebrate agbagbe wan a celebrate gbe afore are wo ni e ma ni gbele ma wa ni justice prevail e wino la koko ye o si ebibe oge agabe zuzu abe iju zobo o la koko o ma fo o mege na obe sepa idegbe waking up ihe fi werie ihe mo nyime ruda we ihe ya meti ya zage edo movie industry ruda e manireba eniwa eyahin ebo ni tun igbe no yana tagwe e manire industry ni we yoro parokpa no so mama we yero emi no gba so yo e mata no mumela jamedenena atewe gumerema MC Ohuelsio obe ame one or two thing no obe contribute here a matter na vedenena if do wa they happy to see MC Ohuelsio age agbene yo where you are welcome age welcome anima age welcome MC Ohuelsio otabu ni mi ane yeve na. Okay, I the number here the comment section wa de onyime ne arisco roba seki ogogoro ma toka masibi wene onyime ni anyina de to gba o wa be gunare wa be do educate ma here where amon pa e and if no be sunu we New Benin market only meaning with security those state lack security but any marketer with security they do when where you hate the governor security agare do no sununa de rokpa sunu so before market went the at the number the governor of Olakoko talk show the one or two things no wait tamewa or free no calling now no educate ma road that way when the bunga expect we am me over na so we people we tell you na your turn in a way the governor of Olakoko talk show or also get donor so that the madogwe boy but we de ede oyerao ahiri ye magbo the governor of Olakoko talk show 1,000 star ohian gbeye the brokers na ni ya mo gbe yo to lona iwe egbe yen gbe na so now ni to teme MC Ohuelsio Obokia my brother
èmi ayé ọ̀rọ̀ Mr. Olakoko
wale yese domo
wahia wabota first and foremost maintenant we want no MC Ohuelsio kingwali yale na wagege kasho yene no go viral they are ita we gba like your team we gbe yo the start have meaning we send the because of where matter or it doesn't mean where a multitude of people remain or important. I believe this place it will feed up with a lot of people who can comment good, who will comment nonsense. But your comment is good. Anybody who comment, but we don't like insult here. I tear Bonegwe. May not be to deba wa dene the only year we one that way we normally use Olakoko TV show because automatically where no wala ho ni we ta na we de yo wa be ni we ma we de yo agbe yo we keni mu ase e ma ni kebeza wa here wa pota wa be ne ge kai. Thank you very much every one of you that is watching us. Wa here wa we say.
Okay, where's my brother MC Ohuosioman? Oye na me we can't understand the media or when we share the brokers, when we get the brokers go viral. Aguma ga ege viral ne viral aguma no aguma viral ai. Waga ege viral wage viral aguma no aguma viral ai. All right. Press a like, press a love. Avec me papa where a star. Me man where MC Ohuosioman ave where ave gbe star yo. Okome. All right. Before my is my matter discussion in my hand discussion, and you finally see your face live. Oh yes, so I go about already. When you are welcome.
Wa here wa we say. Wa here we say. I'm saying it. Well, thank you very much. I'm really happy for receiving me. Wa here we say.
All right. Before my goes straight to the point, MC Ohuosioman. Emata no we Ohuosioman. Anywhere wa ni here big guy's name we no.
God bless you. You know, this is not a name. This is not a name. Uno Motani Kwabi.
Yes.
Okay. Urgently, you know, when mo MC Ohuosioman. Ni nera bi ye ufani to bo me igbe me no. Oda ọnwa na ehia ne wa gun mi buna mi. Oya me eyi ni gbe me. Ayi no, wa ya wa we say. Me no bi wa MC Ohuosioman.
My one call. My one call. Hold on. Hello, caller. Ito Baba Domo, the governor. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's over here, double.
Matway.
Right now, I greet you all. Good evening, my brothers and sisters. And MC Ohuosioman, it was Abokia Kakabo. Welcome to the house. I really want to apologize for not showing up again today, as we have when I cut we are going visible. When I cut time with my camera the plan in the way when Ultima MC Ohuosioman Latiana more can I Latia Papa. But due to some circumstances, the other way, imagine where you will get a CP where over here, you know. If it's we are one with facing many, how you wanna equal me? Facing here, quarter, over, you know. So, don't tell me, no, why I'm okay. I need to.
House, and at least I need to feature him up so that Mariari could go, and I need to address the house to give them the postponed date. Or whatever he and leader will I apologize to each and every one of you, Maria and Rakutana. While you bought with a governor Latino, by the grace of God. They have a year, Mr. Ola Koko, and the Marawi Mweji. But by the grace of God, the Saturday should be on Sunday. But I will let him know the actual date. While here, Lao, while you bought with her, Lao, where I Boyowa, Biron, Yabuyo, I did not pass it. Now I remember Mokoko, Lao, while here, Lao. Sorry for the disappointment. It's just due to some controls that I cannot handle.
Okay. You have a time where we have to understand. So no way ya you ne woman you talk away. Why dropping in with the needful. You know
It's really really really.
we trust you. So before we came my case we are ever tano where oh eosioma.
Iwa yegbe ya wa ya deba. Eni kre mi ni ya yegbe ya deba sereni. Oku asioma. Oku asioma. Ebe nwata oku okeke no tia osio da fon that for my own really study says even where I give a ragmo their movement really ya osi kakaka eya wa amwe ole ni gbe I tell you no market I love it be okay where all different we're not that was here ọwụha wee ọsi wee ụwa mụrụ akimu ụlọ kpalabịa akịtị ụlọ kọwa wee ikuku zụọ ekube eri okeke nọti anyị metụrụ anyị nye na ọrụ rịba na nye na oge nwata ịgwa ya egbe ya gwa ya dịba sere n'igbe na ọnwa dịfịọ ogwu ọsịọma ọsịe eri n'okpi amị ọsịe n'ọnọdụ mmiri okwu ọsịọma. So many proof are out there. So many. Other people might still have their own proof. That is true. No, none of them is perfect. But it can be not perfect. You is your best friend, both couples, both partners. You are best for friends. But for what we are seeing these days is the opposite side. You see, so many atrocities has happened. They happen here and there. Also, not one year. It's both sides. So when you see what is happening these days, many of us, they really marry Maya one. But well, okay, you marry Maria one. Then you see the woman giving you the opposite side. You understand? So, but in the real fact and in the real sense, okay, no, see that for it. Where else you want? All that for where? All see where? Where? All see that for. But what we are seeing these days is the opposite. I also know why you bring here the bacterial aware.
Okay. We say our leader. Okay. Ba. Only we no baseki where we no do can risk. A risk. Obi abege mata ni e. Obaseki o kan mo shift to na risk wa.
Obaseki, ni ani betrayal ni olele ya bire egbe ni betrayal ni ya bire. So always do ya mana. That I was listening in my new guy now. There was a conference you played when we were talking about this thing. If you could remember, I think it was yesterday, I don't know again. You played the conference. A guy I know what happened. I think I later followed him up. Another side, he was making some address. He was addressing the viewers. That at the upper of Benin, this one you just do that now. This guy on the middle of Mubu addressing here, always this address. Out of all these things, he said the upper of Benin is the president, while Odu of Warri is the vice. Every other king are under them. But under the Unane, all the kings, there was nothing like Ogiame as a king. Under the Dota Sherio, when Ogiame, Doya Nari position family, not money or family. But finally, finally, at the age, Obiame was now a chieftaincy title. A chief, Henry, no more Henry.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's just a title. It's not a king, it's not a kingdom, neither a dukedom. And to my understanding and to my knowledge, many years, we have only 2 kingdoms in this world that I know. First, it's just husband and wife. Go and find that properly. It's just husband and wife. First, is the kingdom of Benin City. The other one, or the Queen of England.
Yeah.
So there's a king and queen.
Yeah.
It's for this whole world. Every other one that you are seeing, they are dukedom. They are not kingdom. They are dukedom. They are under these kingdoms. That Mani Africa or we Nigerians really respect the respect monarchy. We get Oba Agua Oba Seki. He can la position self. Oba Otagwe or with the minister, the prime minister from England, Ogwa, all has the guard once in a queen here. A queen in Oko. Oh, nothing happens in that place that the queen does not have a say. They must sit our consent. But what about the king? You, the father. But they fall our hands too much that they don't respect the king. A king Yegua, Obaseki, he blame if you 4+4, I think you're here on I think here 111 now. 4+4. But I think I would have expected them to also come out and talk about this issue.
Yes,
of this Obaseki.
Yes.
So for what is going on now, Obaseki must say, Obiame is not a king, he's a chieftaincy title that can be taken from you at any time. And Obaseki must say, no, wait if you know one. Obaseki, I think he's going next year or next 2 years.
Yeah.
When they are level, I have foreseen that this election, by the grace of God, the APC will make this full. At least there should be majority in the house. That might be not completed yet. So, well,
my leader.
I think that is all for now.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. We beg Andrew, I see your comment. You say don't interfere in matter you know nothing about. But today, calling. Yeah, go ahead. Wetire Andrew. Ogiamie Andrew. Tire. No do go magwa. We do time in my when we are supporting monkey face, my beg. Can autant dans le mieux peut Go ahead. Network will break. Go ahead.
Okay, one minute.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We're going
ban osalo bo rien débat ouais. Mais ouais metarana. Okay, God bless you. Hey, brother, not going ban osalo bo débat ouais. The issue of that Obaseki issue, at least, matter no women, you know, a matter of really like Mona. Iruni mani vietu na wagima lérò wọn pa àwo máa gbá nedo èmi náà sí èrè ni máa wá bá ẹwà rẹ a generation ni máa yé náà. You see, the second one, upper secondary right, no ya mwegie no, or no ya. For me, ime where emogie, you know, I believe it can never do it. You know, there was a video that not go viral yesterday, today with my man where they are waiting for him. All those criminals like Arisco and others. At least they are waiting for a do state government, which is Mr. Noga Ase Obaseki, to take an drastic action. If any man have all those perpetrators, I mean, is one and I mean, no matter what this way do. Now ya be meramoto in maybe don't want I see maybe we I think me obi vavedo obi vaiti gba ari akwa wari akwa ni emi opa ni atame urgent wa living here as a governor of the state. All those things no sununa the armed robbers and all those betrayal no sununa I should bring them to book. At least I'm a week. We can wait. Let's see what is going to happen. You see, brother, not going by no times. I love our day, but I so much appreciate you. Not just maybe well for us, you and any yes, we don't done it because I'm not telling who they buy. You see, a tema, the Weibo, a Weibo, especially man, the diaspora, a Weibo, why. You know, we Benin, we are minority. My boom. If those days are any Benin, we Benin Empire will really conquer most of villages or maybe state then. We went so where Ari Jamayera, Arioma of Oaze, do I believe at least we could have been the liar languages in Nigeria concerned today. Edo State in Wamieni, Igodomi Gododo. Emanibun, Edo State was existing. It was existing. Go to anywhere, go wherever you can really Google it and go there where Edo Kenomaya where na few baby or maybe where you don't kind of where any hour. If Obaseki cannot take an drastic action, at least with the masses, we will say something. And more tie. No, I had the bao wa tanuna wa temata wa bambara no kenomo is the best thing in life. Eno de baogi wa to wa pa wa ne you will do the best thing. Come out and just say the truth. If they want to kill you, let them kill you. Is the best ways in life. I know the last fena we ya in ye woman, you know, is that doing. Wa a near dona or moi is very, very important. Very, very important. It can marry because we Benin, we conquer a lot of places in Africa, but today, because we don't even put where Iwana conquer or temporary one on a week, or yet do I even before Nigeria, before Nigeria become a Nigeria today, Edo existing. Before I came independence, Edo existing. If you even look at the go, Edo was the first Africa. Go there, go and look for it. If you ask me this question tomorrow, you might already told you, but I know that very quite all right. Well, no, the year and the FFF, Onunogize Done, not the Biomovisi. Why he near Gedo? Why he near Gedo? sometimes when you see some name, like the former president of America, Obama, but sometimes look at it. Most of these people, the black you are seeing today, they generated from the Benin Kingdom. When I mean where because or we go ye the way, or see say we money way. I believe it turned in. We voted. They voted in. That was September 20. I voted in. Which PDP now? Why we are in the year 2024? The way I have soon we running. I believe Arisco no banana. I believe where I retire according to the information in every we have one and number two, Obaseki. Obaseki your deal we know do my again. No you gay or you palace Obayama again. No wala wo. The matter no sununa. Believe in the army and we now not brought all of them to book. Now they thought they buy out, they buy out, then we will not know what to do. The last one making out with some making out with one year. We are not really be on my way, but why ni gedo? Why ni gedo is very, very important. Very video. The me boom, the ma me. So be a when me ye na we Manuela. Era we do, iwo we do. So I Sarah, so Ona, so I Nokpa. All those things you are giving. On ye do. Even the land in Uweye, whether you are in Germany, any part of the world in Uweye, apart from English speaking country, hardly you can see them. But what you talk about my yaga you the money mapia, why you get to Obaseki Mahoy, not do you make that, not concerning Arisco and his family, the protectors in Benin today, which is the terrorist. I know my brother, Mr. Ola Koko, the only time making out is the brain of our way. Why you are West, thank you very much, everybody.
Okay. We say Congress MC Ohuosioma. Again, where we are doing Patakio. The matter now, it's the same thing we are yeta. Obaseki, eyan mo igi no wa. Obaseki me vie no mu Arisco ru. Arisco oyoku eyan we no. Oko yan we tam ko akoko emwere. So Arisco do osabo ogun ayen wo sabo ogun. Osabo akoye la dian na. Osabo oba osabo we kingdom okpa no here control. Nenemi atata, nenemi tota. Pero video na me wo ni maya pe ni maya dan yo. Ogi amie na akana aga ora aka ye egwa ora aka wa aga yo e wa no pa. We no kan ga yo wa no kwa. Ina bi ayin nia. Where the baba la no we musifini. You understand? So ega no Egenatana, Bambana, Osunu. So if not see no do concern Opiano Kekore, governor, Negwaze do. We ain't in the risku. Ana imi we Ebama don ma ya fe no ri eke no we moki o meme no ye na ge mana o mu. Eni ogba ya ta ma we no fi pe ye eke no so hi. So wa gi madam yo izoduwa ni mabere ekenemi ya ikede weno yo ya we ogiamie ogiamie so imani mobo in the history or with this conference ni mayaga amudiake she saw those why so wagiakbe wagi madam yo
It's
World Press Conference delivered this day on the 11th of June 2022 on the topic Sovereignty of the Benin Throne by Emerson Amobi Ezowa, a member of Coalition of Benin Socio-Cultural Organization. One greetings to all of you seated here today to experience these epoch-making events that brought together different socio-cultural groups in Benin Kingdom who got tired of the societal decadence fueled by some people in high places. Also to tell the world that enough is enough of all the intended atrocities that have been committed against the sanctity of our cultural existence, and to use the same avenue to chart a patriotic goal that will change our people for good. The great Benin people have lived in the concept of three fundamental elements: the throne, the king, and the people. And it is in this cycle of elements one of the greatest civilizations was built. Enemies understand these immortal elements of connection. Hence, they are poised in using the same knowledge to destroy our cultural existence. According to them, when you poison the people, they rebel against their king and therefore obliterate the throne. But they forget to understand that the throne is the
what's that for the
another form of realm. When we kill the throne, we are inherently killing ourselves.
Hello?
Chairman Domo.
The network may want this topic. The network may want this topic. Yeah, the good time we need to go now. We see me now.
No, well,
What this topic may network now.
Okay.
However, Edo is insurmountable. As a result of this press conference, we are reaching out to the conscience of our people, most especially those in diaspora, to kindly retrace their steps. A son might have differences with his father, but his father remains his father. Oba Abini is the father of every Edo man and woman, and he's willing to forgive those who have committed infraction against the throne. We should always remember the throne is us, only existing in another realm. Whatever offense we commit against the throne, we inherently commit that same offense against our very self. Oba Atokle. The present-day Edo State government, in truth, ought to be the first ambassadors of Edo culture and heritage, and was supposed to work with the palace in a bid to push in the return of our stolen artifacts. Agreement was initially reached between the Benin royal family and Edo State government, only for Edo State government to breach that agreement, and ever since, the present governor of Edo State has been allegedly heard in several occasions that he will undermine the power of the Oba of Benin for an artifact that belongs to the Benin royal court. The present monarch has never at any period of time undermined the constitutional power of the governor, and he never will. Only that those who are drunk of power will want to undermine an institution that is thousands of years older than theirs. We will rather give our utmost patriotic and selfless loyalty to an institution that, by the mercies of God and our ancestors, is not time-bound. We will never support any government against our throne, because it is our duty as true patriotic Edo sons and daughters. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, let's now go straight to the cruise of today's press briefing, having given a background of what led to why we are all gathered here today: the sovereignty of the Benin throne. The Benin throne is the bulwark of our past, present, and future. It encapsulates the very self-consciousness of our race. It is a stream that our soul connect with. It is our rallying point as a people. Before the advent of modern politics, the king, Oba of Benin, was an absolute monarch. He was both a spiritual and political head, as well as the highest organ of justice in the kingdom. Even today, the king receives dozens of supplications from loyal subjects who still believe that the king's law is the only just law in the land. We are forced to ask, how come that an institution that has been dismissed elsewhere as anachronistic can be so vibrant in a modern 21st century federal republic with a written constitution? The secret is in the Benin monarchy itself. Why coming to terms with modernity, regulated by a constitution which is the highest law in the land? It has maintained its clarity of vision on responsibility from such a high moral and cultural pedestal that is visually unassailable. With the advent of modern politics and democratic rule, the political reformers, whether self-styled Democrats or progressives, have had concerted effort to stock up a stock of contemporary political ammunition and unviable reforms to debase our cherished culture and tradition. Of course, there's nothing new in this picture, and certainly nothing unique to politics and democracy that we as a people have not witnessed since our independence in 1960. However, the insurmountable sovereignty of the Oba of Benin and his kingdom remains strong, and a unifying bond for the Benins and all. The Oba is the author and the preserver of the invaluable precepts and practices in the administration of his kingdom and people. Oba Atokbe, Edo State government and the Ogianean people. There is a growing concern of a calculated effort by the present-day Edo State government in aiding the criminal activities of the Ogianean bandwagons. Hence, the refusal of the state government to vividly state it clearly that the Ogianean title is only recognizable by the Oba of Benin as a chieftaincy title under the royal leadership of the Benin Traditional Council, as stated in the 1979 Gazette of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs Edicts. These misguided Ogianean bandwagons has continually falsely claimed that according to degree number 37 of 1968 Chieftaincy Order, that Ogiame is recognized as a traditional ruler. A closer look at the said Okay, sorry. A closer look at the said degree stated otherwise and rather referred to Ogiamie as a chieftaincy title, thereby invalidating their claims. At this junction, we would like to provide an archival material. An archival material preceding 1968. We have a letter that was addressed to Obatenwa II by Chief Edo, who was the then Chief Ogiamie of Benin Kingdom, on the 9th of August, 1939, begging to be recognized as a chief like several chiefs in Benin Kingdom. May I crave the indulgence of this press to read that letter.
Wadaniwa. Ogarinia. Not recognizing it. Una hear them?
Ogiamie Quarters, Benin City, Wednesday 9th of August, 1939. Omonoba Nego, Atenwa II, Ukwa Polopolo of Benin, Egwoba, Plymouth Road, Benin City. Copy, the District Officer, Benin City, and the Resident, Benin Province, Benin City. Garaumo. Chief Edo de Ogiamie of Benin, appeal form. I humbly submit this appeal not with the intent to obstruct the plan of the government or either take pride over the Omonoba, or do I concede on this occasion, but honestly craving for indulgence of recognizance and the distinct chieftaincy amongst the Benin chiefs. May the Omonoba live long and myself live long, his faithful and loyal subjects. I am not with these raising heel against the present Omonoba of Benin, nor would I, nor my descendants, nor any member of my house raise heel against the Oba presently and futurally. I will be a loyal subject of the Oba of Benin until my life's end. But only one thing, I humbly claim certain recognitions of myself and my descendants or every head of my family. In the support of this my claim, I hope the Oba gratefully do justice to my request, and in support of myself, as I have previously said, that by virtue of my birth and history, I need certain recognition for mercy's sake. I refer the Omonoba and the residents of the letter paragraph of page 9, 10, 11, 15, and 16 of the short history of Benin by Chief Jacob Uwade Arewa, the Oba Hawaii Benin, a member of the Royal Society of the House of Iwebo. Point number 7. My ancient people are unsatisfactory with my ruling. Therefore, I am rejected, and neglected. But my people, and now I am craving through the Omonoba for recognition. I may not be considered worthy of this post, as my ancient people has really degraded me. But may it please the Omonoba to gratefully consider my condition and not suffer me and my house to remain in a state of penury. Should the Omonoba consider me worthy of the Oba's recognition and the honor conferred on me, may I beg the Omonoba for primacy of this recognition in my house. The history has supported my claim, and I leave everything to the mercy of the Omonoba Atenwa II, who has the interest of his people at heart. Omonoba knows best. Oba Atokbele. I remain your most obedient and faithful subject. Is right. Chief Edo de Ogiamie, which was also witnessed by a son called Obaze Edo Ogiamie. This is the original document. Going back to our press briefing. From the letter, you can hear one of the ancestors of these misguided lots pleading to be recognized as a chief of His Royal Majesty, only for his progeny 80 years later to start a status of a traditional institution which is currently being aided by the state government, until they come out cleanly to state the obvious and bury this matter once and for all. We read a letter of one criminal and ex-convict called Arisco Osemide, dated 4th of April 2012. We have the letter here. We have the letter here. To the Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Edo State. Wherefore, he referred to himself as both Chief Obiame of Benin Kingdom and Utata. And the stated letter surreptitiously didn't agree that Obiame is a chieftaincy title as only recognizable by the Benin Traditional Council. Instead, alluded to its independence from the Benin Traditional Council. We are therefore now surprised that with this obvious show of arrogance and falsehood exhibited by Arisco Osenige, that the Attorney General of Edo State conceded to his deception through a letter dated 13th of April 2022. Let us take a closer look at the contents of the said letter. Arisco Osenige was addressed as a chief. We therefore want to ask, under which law was Osenige made or recognized as a chief? As we are very much aware that Osabo Obiame is still the Obiame of Benin Kingdom, recognized by the Benin Traditional Council. Point number 2. According to the letter, quoting from the letter now, that the Attorney General wrote in reply of the criminal Arisco, it says, Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, as in the light of your letter of undertaking, under reference dated 4th April 2022, in the interest of promoting peace and concord within the state, directed that the charges against you be withdrawn upon the following conditions: that you immediately revert to your official statutory position as Chief Obiame of Benin, as recognized under our traditional rulers and chiefs law and legal notices. The excerpt clearly stated that the Edo State government conceded to the deception of the Arisco letter dated 4th of April, wherefore he alluded to his independence from the Benin Traditional Council, even when it is against the edict of 1979, and further recognizes the position of Obiame chieftaincy title. We therefore want to state it clearly that it is not within the jurisdiction of Edo State government to recognize any chieftaincy title in Benin Kingdom until it is conferred by the Oba of Benin and ratified by the Benin Traditional Council. In this whole context, we therefore call on the Edo State government to come out and state it clearly and clearly, as it should be, that the Obiame chieftaincy title is a title only recognized by the Oba of Benin, and that it is not an independent title, and that it belongs to the class of lower Uzama chiefs in Benin Kingdom called Uzama Nibie, and Obiame title ancestral function to the palace of the Oba of Benin was to carve a traditional stool for every new monarch, as they were good wood carvers. Only when these facts are stated clearly to the public shall we believe that the Edo State government is not aiding the criminality of these bad wagons. For the purpose of clarity, let us now look at some aspects of history that have been badly bastardized by these bad wagons for the purpose of the future. Ekyo-Kpara Treaty. Just a minute. This was a treaty between Obayewedo and the Obiame of that era. We are all aware that when Oromiyan returned from Ile-Ife as the rightful heir to the throne of his grandfather, Ogiso Owodo, he was met with a strong resistance from the Obiamean family, having been given the regency right of about 70 years, that our exiled prince, a Kaladeran, of which the Yorubas of that era knew as Odudu, was spent at Ile-Ife. When Oromiyan returned back to his ancestral home to rightfully sit upon the throne of his ancestors, but because of the greed of Evian and his progeny, they fought earnestly to deny Oromiyan his rightful place. A move that led the Ejon to build a palace at Usama, from where Oromiyan ruled Benin, but not for long. His son Obayeweka I, as well as Obayeweka's first successor, Uwaekwai and Ehemie, Oromiyan's great-grandson, Obayewedo, who later realized that as an Oba, His authority over his people must be absolute and not sectional. And the knowledge of such, it transverse into the heart of Igodomigodo from the peripheral Osama quarter along the present-day Siloko Road, which the Ogiamen family had already colonized. Ladies and gentlemen, let it be known this day that the last fall of Ogiso's palace was not at Wundun. The quarter of Ogiso A moved the palace to after his grandfather built the first known palace at Ugbefi, but rather at Ogbe. The quarter that the seat of the Oba of Benin is till date. Hence, in history, it is called Ogbe Ogiso, which as at today, the present day Oba of Oramen Square. When Oba Ewedo manifestly encubered in his bid to build the palace in the heart of Benin, a battle broke out, which led to Oba Ewedo mercilessly defeating the Ogiame and his warriors. It was as a result of the wisdom of diplomacy that informed Oba Ewedo to graciously have a treaty with the now humbled Ogiame so as to allow peace reign in his kingdom. The treaty was of mutual benefit, where a portion of the land now being presently occupied by the Ogiame people for the period that the Kaladeran went to establish kingship in Ile-Ife, as well as the years from Oromi and down to Oba Ehemiye ruled at Usama. In totality, this period lasted approximately 157 years. This period was enough for the Evian progeny to lay claim over a land that in the first place wasn't theirs. Ogiame's jurisdiction was therefore reduced to Utanta, Sokomba Road, from the beginning at present-day Asoro Street to Iliyeneva Moat, present-day Third Junction. When these people currently come out to claim Utanta Kingdom, it therefore means that they are referring to the beginning of Sokomba Road at First Isekula to where Sokomba terminates at Third Junction, which inherently means that Chief Ogiame is more or less an Ojonwe of Utanta Sokomba Road. That's a fact. To further buttress the point that Ogiame was never much an important figure or a stumbling block in Benin history, Oba Ewedo created the first known title outside the Ejion called Nia Sowa, now abridged as Iyase. And that title was referring to the supremacy tussle between the Oba of Benin and the Ejion of the kingdom of which Olia is the head. So from here, you can see that Ogiame was never in any tussle with the Oba of Benin, other than the treaty of the right to hereditary succession and not ownership of land. To further expatiate on this, Princess Agayu Benin, the first child of Oba Semedek, who felt she was denied of the throne, later struck a deal with his younger brother, Oba Adolos, to make the title of Osula hereditary. When the title was bestowed upon one of her sons, the same issue played out between the Ogiame and Oba Ewedo. When the Ogiame realized he has lost his relevance as the Ojonwe of Utanta, he therefore struck a treaty with the Oba to allow him retain the title of Ogiame as a hereditary title. Hence, the Ogiame title was traditionally and officially created by Oba Ewedo, and in later years was added to the Uzama Nibie, a group of lesser Uzama, of which Ogiame is the fifth in significance by Oba Esige. The reason Oba Esige added Ogiame to this junior Uzama was a move to spite the Olia, because Olia and Ogiame are sworn enemies dating back to the 12th century. The enmity was as a result of Olia leading other delegates to retrieve Ikaladeran from Ile-Ife and finally placing the Ogiame family where they rightly belonged, as blacksmiths from Enyanugi. Because of that act, Ogiame himself retaliated by creating his own Olia. The Ogiames themselves were opportunists, as the land they occupied in those 157 years belonged to the Ogisos, of which the Obas of Benin are proud extension of. Majority of the Obas didn't observe the Ethiopian mock battle because of the insignificance of the practice, which is more or less a ceremonial practice during the coronation phase of the newly crowned Oba of Benin. The generosity of the Oba of Benin influenced his decision in considering the title of Ogiame as hereditary and also as a chief. That was so because we recognize the services of Evian to his kingdom. Otherwise, apart from the Oshoga myth, it is regrettable that there is no other beneficial service to the kingdom attributable to the Ogiamien succession. The general who subdued Ogiamien was known as Odigye Olomi, the then head of blacksmith who lived in Ogbe Ibuya. The Oba's army defeated Ogiamien and pushed them to Unweru, where the battle ended, now Asoro Street. Obayawade was at Ekiopala where Ogiamien finally surrendered to him. Odigye Olomi, for being able to defeat the violent leader, was subsequently conferred with the title of Iyase and was installed as the first Iyase of Benin in about 1255 AD. How then did the vanquished Ogiamien not determine the terms of the treaty? Evidence points out that the treaty was for Obayaweda to mercifully grant him the right to a hereditary succession, so as to remain relevant within the sphere of his family nucleus. To finally put to rest that the Ekiopala Treaty is a complete ruse created from the imagination of these unlearned people. If there was a treaty that was signed and the consequence of its violation is death, as the Ogiamiens earlier insinuated, why then did Ogiamien accept the betrothed daughter of Oba Adolo, Princess Igbinake, in the year 1848 AD, knowing fully well a part of the treaty was no intermarriage between both families? We therefore plead for His Royal Majesty, Obayawaye II of Gidigan, as a result of this overwhelming fact, to abolish this Ekiopara Treaty, built on deception and lies, and also render the Ogiamien title useless, as in the first instance, he was the one who gave the relevance to that title.
Wàá dá nìyọ, make una lis ten o. Wàá dá nìyọ. Wàá dá nìyọ.
Therefore, plead for His Royal Majesty, Obayawaye II of Gidigan, as a result of these overwhelming facts, to abolish this Ekiopala Treaty, built on deception and lies, and also render the Ogiamien title useless, as in the first instance, he was the one who gave relevance to that title.
Wàá yẹ na. Wàá ọ̀nà à. Wàá yẹ na.
In conclusion, our race was created by God Almighty with every sense of wholesomeness, giving us a king that helped in calibrating our minds into the greatness that was envied by all of the world. Unfortunately, we lost that freedom to self-advancement, courtesy of the British invasion in 1897. The building processes started once again by Obayawaye II after an interregnum of 17 years. Today we are faced with the tragedy that instead of the Benin to rally once again with their king to build another great future, even greater than what we lost, we are now joining forces with those who in the first place had brought us to our present state. We need to wise up as a race. Let us unite in one purpose, and sooner than later, we can take our rightful place in the polity of the world affair with our king in the epicenter of it. Oba Edo, Edo Oba, Wayawese. The legacy of our past shall endure forever through us. Oba Gatokbe.
Bọ́tà tẹ́kpẹ́.
Members of the press, if there is one or two questions we want to ask, please make it brief as in response to them. Please, one or two questions. Okay. Your name and your video, sir.
My name is Patrick. I work with the bread. But one thing is that you made reference to one letter that Ogiamien purportedly sent to the Attorney General.
We have a
I
copy
don't know
here.
if you have a copy. I think
Yeah,
that
yes.
will aid us in our work.
Yeah. If you don't have,
Is this stressful?
if you don't have, there's a copy here. If you don't have a request, you have one copy.
You have the copies.
I've already shared it.
You don't have a copy of the letter?
Your colleague will give you I've shared it.
We don't have enough. No, not that one.
Talking about the one criminal
If you want to send to your WhatsApp number, you can also provide the number. You can call your WhatsApp number. It's up, no question. Please, any other question, please? No question?
Please ask question. Since the people's course. I say it's very loosey. People's course. It's loosey.
Okay, in the absence of any question,
Okay.
Okay.
It's
It's
I think the message has been adequately delivered. We want to indulge members of the press to make it go viral as much as possible. As we have said, Benin Kingdom cannot, the Benin Kingdom and its history cannot be distorted by any. And we will resist any attempt
Yes, government.
by anybody or institution to undermine our heritage. As of today, the Queen of England determines what happens in England. And we value, as a matter of fact, we are ready to lay down our lives to ensure that nothing touches our common heritage. We are ready to protect it.
Yes.
So, not just the press professor, it's a warning to anybody
Enemies of
that think can create division in the kingdom. We have one home, one father.
Yes.
That is the Oba of Benin and the palace of the Oba of Benin, wherein every one of us can take refuge any day, anytime. So the more we agree with that, the better for all of us. So members of the press and well-meaning Benin people that are seated here in this conference today, we want to appreciate all of you for coming. This is the first step we are taking. Subsequently, we are going to be updating you. We are going to be updating the Benin people, the Benin nation. Other relevant steps we are going to be taking to preserve this our common heritage. Please be at alert, be on guide. When the chiefs are done, be for war. They are warriors. And it has been so. So we still have men and women, like the ones that are here today, who still have that warrior-like spirit in them.
We are warriors.
My mom,
Our war.
my mom, my lenokuo.
Press. Present and lecture African history. I am surprised that things like this are gradually unfolding. We know Benin history very well, even though you did not study history. But for those of us who were reading history those days at the primary level, we acknowledge the fact that history cannot be distorted. Therefore, what we see today is a radical deviation from the original history of Benin. And I want to pay that proud obeisance to the President, Amowe Izodua. He has said it all, but let me reiterate in this regard that nobody cleans his or her anus before going to the toilet. It's a very serious aberration. And as an authority in African history, I am aware, and I can ask you to take that to the bank, that Benin Kingdom is number one, whether the devil likes it or not. The historical antecedent of Benin is a greater history that cannot be distorted. Now, having said this, I want to urge the state government I am Somba, that the state government is supposed to be part of the Benin Kingdom. Edo State government, to be precise, led by Mr. Godwin Inorias Obaseki, to thoroughly look at the ongoing by the Ogiamians and put them where they belong. Failure to do that, it is an invitation to anarchy. And many of us are prepared to treat that because our father is our father. And I said it earlier. Late Reverend Father Uwafo, in one of his topics, and he said, and I quote, he said, "What I did was done because of my tendencies." Please underline that word and look at the deep structure of that word towards the radicalism. And I dare say this, that stomach who does not make a noise one day burns and then attracts the passers-by. Therefore, it is necessary that the Ogiamians should retrace their steps and live where they are supposed to belong. I say this, everybody cannot be royal. But for those that are all royal, so to speak, they share the same blood with those that are not all royal. The difference is that we cannot belong to one family. But in Benin, we are one family. I will do me. I will not say bubu. Amaru rivi akekerewo. Amaru ogiama baidamwa. Therefore, these speak volumes that the Benin is very united. Now, some of us, we pay the price, like the president said. We pay the price to go to school. We are not on the mindful of the fact that God is with us. Because when you have God behind you, you will succeed. Yes. About 2007, I made reference, a dark start event when I paddled my pen, as it were, and some persons felt embarrassed. And some persons said it was time to eliminate me. I was taken to the cleaners amidst loudest ovation. Let us kill him. That was the sing song. And as they would do that, they did it without fear or favor. And about 3-4 journalists were presented with a rite of passage. And yours sincerely were also taken to the cleaners. Today, I'm outstanding because God is with me. And God will be with us in Jesus' name. Amen. But having said that, like I said, ancestors. This is Benin. No sita bi we you can moto. We cannot regret ourselves when we challenge and follow the right position. I pay these obeisance and I want to salute those who are with us. Continue to be with us. It will be well with you. It will be well with all of us. It will be well with everybody in Benin. But except those who are acting as travelers, they will find it very uncomfortable when the match will start properly. This is not Arsenal or Liverpool, but this is a direct standard. I will demolish whoever is on site and are not prepared to speak the truth. God bless you all. Over talk, man.
He said, Okbia, Okome. Even Okbia, any time, me understand. Any ogeleze do, I beg you do there, unwe. So why you done it all? Me atamuwa conference na eba me to be me videos. Done your efu. Ola koko me error. We can finish a call na bana. A call la degbe call. Ugboloko no respect. Umegbe yoto matter we so bonne. Ugboloko no respect. Umegbe yoto. If you know ya concern ye destiny one of Papillona. La koko ale reme matu wala dia. Ugboloko. Uya umegbe yoto. Why you done this conference in Enya? Wabere. Now, Ogiamie a chief, ogiamie examanio. Many chiefs wey pass Ogiame too many. Ogiame no be chief. Una hear am say aga ọga akaye ọwanọkwa. Ọga anyị nia. Ọga anyị nia. When are they more? Again, ọga anyị nia. So why do down yo? Even ya no sunu. So America na risco. Ne audio wayua. Arisco no mwere boto. Ama mi no mie. No na do ayi mu wie Ogiame no ene gbe no ro no do amuye. No do amuye ni ria. Ime na risco mie. O be ye na go ba sekinia. Atebe mi ame ogu gbene. Ko be na ba sekiyare. E o ana do egwe ha. Uge gbe no ro ri na. So ari share broadcast na. Ko ba seki abe ewaya no mwina lele. Osaro ogi. Igbovu. Waya ema wa. Shaibu. I know say you know the year wedo I will see where him. I beg when you ask them Osaro ogi wetin dey happen. Make una put it together, make una talk to una governor, make una advise am. That only una go fit talk to am. Make una advise am. Make it do the needful. In short, make it come outside. We won't see Obaseki broadcast. You know, so Obaseki like social media well. Make una tell am say, you all the Benis will dey wait for your update. You need to come talk to us. You need to come give us updates. If na lie, say you or talking about Ogiame Yoba or Ogiame or Moshifine or Moshif Tato we no lie another time man. Ama we nerigo. Si edo ayi no je. O kan supe wewe. O meti gbogbo ye ire no ba. Ima mi gbo Obaseki na de. Ugbedo moto, edo malago da, o si edo giyeke. Gwoge no ameti gogo. We gwoge yane. We cannot deal with two way. We might agree we can go ule because we may not say we. Wa gwado ode ko de. Ode reba. Wo ka soup we. Deni wen o hiya ya ko gwalo. Ilamo kadarewa. Yambe lamo kada o we Roman we push we no avasi we yini dana. O avasi we. Ebo no kirege otesan. Eyin dwe na wodo. Awi yo lamo kada. Wano wona ilo Obaseki. Ogogoro ma. Oni no mu boto. Uye na ge wani aswahia. Lare ego de boy ave data ni ari enu eni. Pero na mu weyi ozo we bebe. O ladia mo phone we di ladia data ni ari enu. No Obaseki ri enu. Pero na mu eyi ni. O won video we. No time Obaseki we no ladia no do gwe ogwa. Amagbabushi speto waya fe ohwedo mila. Ugi ladia. Wa go Obaseki gwan. Watama we no ladia. Ebo ya mo dia hoyi. Kino so di Ogiame ri o. No do tami ri edo. Tu no ladia no do gwe magwan. Do Obaseki do wo mo gie no ma o. O me vie na ya mo shifi no ma o. Wo se no mo shifi no ma. Do tami ma. Ku lo janu do gwan. No da we emi no ka sunu. Oko emu regbe. Mama yo no ide gbe sunu. Ayo, no da we anything to lose. Ege we aseba ugbepo ri ore weri. Then we na the way governor we do. No so mo le na mo were. We mo gwa we do. Aba we to we one pure water complaint. So who anything to lose? Wa igbe nu gbe bana we ko se epo we o pa o di ogbe Dangote So many things to lose. Why I go say do I even yara I? Have 4+1 ni mo ere gboto. Ni ga pe popo nu e. Iya riwo ni. Abi yeki. No we you blacky le mama Lagos. Wala dianu wala de wo wa. Awori ya wo. Wala de wo wa ni. No wa ya go eru wagwa. Ma wa ya go eru wagwa. No wa ya ta me we owo ka supe bo wewe. Ivie kini no passe ko na do va si o passe ki wo mo vie yuro a. We ya we vie yan we gwa we a. Wo mo ge no ma. Wo mo ge no ma. So iri broadcast na wase wa ya wa wese. No my guy we no guy the broadcast. Ya woja aya sini boma. No ho ogi tami no ma o passe ki any right anything no ya mo ge no ma. Any right. Even Obaseki awo no yo regbe ya do ya si okoye do regbe. In short, me ma be obu yen be mo gi no ma. Ima so ba kita ma. So I'll give my hand away. Iya or support no we yen monkey face or me. Iya support Iya support. So you I will Arisco squad. Why ya time monkey face? Why time me no here tap? Ma wa pe ye wo wa ti e nu wa information e wa to ge man wa ge ata. O wa we wa te do we. Wa ama o wa celebrate. E wo ya lerun we ne go ba se ki se no e ko no pa. Ne re se no pa. E ro ni mana. Wana we enu wa igbedo se ni ba wo ma se we ekene niru wa ma ni oboyi e ba wari wa we say see you all tomorrow for the next broadcast. Good night everyone. God bless you all. Osasco, I see you. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you everybody. Bye bye for now. Tamobaseki Mona tell her make it come aside, make it go give us update. Make una tell her the Momo Congress show. Oladia, mama no more concrete in where. Why Ladia wa move you? Where would you view where you do? So call a governor. Who call your governor? No time, no.
Hello.
Hey, power, what talk, man?
Director.
Hey, Domo.
Officer.
Domo.
It was the program we were seeing. Listen, like this course. What's it about? Online see okay, maybe. On no really on jet to open.
What's it?
Tamie where I pick by a only Ieti Maria in a coupon. Imagine a only year. Mati do agbele bi mai igbo norioma oji ma pa ye onire o ma mi wi ma pa ye onire ne ekin mari sena ai buda ma mi kina ire wina de yo po e fi mi wana ni ma ke wana afi pe ki ekin ni ma ke ba e ma ni due ìyẹn ọmọ náà bí ẹsẹ ìyẹn ọmọ èsì ọmọ dán ẹyìn ẹyà hun abẹrẹ etífẹ òbí àmì ẹ náà erimẹ esífì náà òwe ọba ọrẹ náà déétẹrìmẹ dé ọwọn òzòrègè báyìí má ọ̀nà sàmú òwò bá mẹsẹ ọ̀fìsẹ ìgbìnẹjọ. Obiamina, ime aka abụọ na emphasize yo na police many ari no ginaya ari titi na ma sabe ege no ya sabe ogbera ne iye wa ari power ni ma ne hui wori power ni ya o Iya overthrow we. Iya the power ni alele we hon. Iya ona mi iya oni ale mi we. No we go we. Ya o. So pa obiamie na. Me ito se eriman oro na. Ni me gbagba me gbe. Egete nye. Eni segoe. We are me we no soon wo tedo. We bi na la yo pore ne. Eto we ezitu we o. We wa sin ana e. Owo kadokade. Here emi ya duna. Obiamie na amo to abolish it because a nuisance of here or book be my brother. A nuisance of Obiamie na. Or what a yele na Obaseki. Who are me set of Obaseki so. Very good. There's who is the money here. A carati go or wagunya. Here I go my son. Mwaria, waji. So ubele wenu ya gwaenania. Wo pare media. Wo pa ore media na. So kwa wa mi media le awa me na ya ne no we iya kie iya gwa Facebook gwa me YouTube. Do wa. O kekere no mi ni ya o. Ma gbonga roto. Iye oni agwa kan rudi la lobo. So we take our boy because igele nu ya gwa. O heke ni be call when ni be we see. Ruda me no ave ro no etigbu nuje eni oba se ki gwa direct. Me no wore ivie do so. O la mu e nu wa gwe. The servant nu we no do gwe. Idolo wa ne nu asana no do ku etole o wa ji wa sane o le amu e no akwo ekun wo we dan so o we se ka bola koko o we se le no me ya gun aye emena
wese o ba o wese we se baba domo. All right, waya wa wese. All right, ibege a mama another celebrated birthday for one of Wegbe. Look at Inoga, when a big banner. Manibu we call it when they sing in where on Nugire in me recharge card with phone or sending a penny comment in a year no 1 week more you want. Where in receive data recording even or seeing or we receive data. So yeah, I appreciate yeah work moment so when I we on we. On your Egypt another celebrated birthday for ban. Where say your mama no more say for not there, papi no na yi. And you no kwe owo no ya mo se ipin awe of Wegbe o so abo ari ti no da fun we no kaka boy ya dolo we yi of Wegbe we say yan wa appreciate yan mi ene haru no e call me sin yan mi ene so yan tell me your life. Thank you. Nene of my finishing. Mama no way no wa mom. There was we say we appreciate. So what I always say about call it a day. So halfway one of all these presenter. All those day by my broadcast halfway. So why am we be why I beg so one of these presenter. So the same whether the second broadcast or can you come in. So my expected guest is here. So one day we do our press like we do our press love. I always say once again Madam Luca one we say you know you like Kokogbe. I mean fancy na no watch from Nigeria, you know where you are Jinyari. Wa be mi wa no be je were o. We say ya suru gagbe esene ya pon we. Ya was so I'm very kebe. I believe where ayok polomo mi laye do crowd quality of people or matter. I believe where na kebe celebrate with the other platform or platform mena. Yeah, with that every day upgrade. Oh yeah, no. Wese, we appreciate. Wese kakabo. So no baseki wagita maiwe iwie domu dia ho we no ladia. No do gwe wie do gwa. Ebi ni awa risko, ebi ni awa mabuwo bo. No do gwe iwie do gwa. Ama we no erigo, we no riga location. We no riga location. Security vote. This security redo. New Benin ni awo sunu sunu so security ro obaseki make or community ya wulofo o maka. That is it. E ma no wulo we odigwetwe obaseki mayo. E ma no wulo we obanyato community obaseki mayo. E ma no wulo we ohiri community obaseki mayo. Ama we Hausa no yo piafin wa o hen dojua o make. So 4+4 wawe say ma akpom wai ina wa complain o saro gba agbo ho you wa understand. So we 4+4 wa ma yinia no why agbo governor wagwa we no real allocation, we no real security vote, we no go yai. So far we no get do ama fure okoko gbupe ye ire ya ma wa ya show tagwe e maton yehin what man we be do ya mo dia hoyi no la dia do we do gbo mama ni ave a risk no mo ere gboto a risk no me no ya ri no ya ta me mo ki o me mo ki face no we no me o yo ba one no de jemi no ya le mo bo we no la dia do o ba se ki do gbe magwa e plan ni ave a risk me so we say we do na we ma ya re ra so that any man no do ye no do ye gbo wa we ma so do ba se ki me power ne na ya mo shift to no ma or na ya mo wa yo ba we no ladian we live video when you cabo like a live video no do explain we na ya we a governor no we mo shift to no ma we no ladian no do go magwa. So wa ya we say see you all tomorrow. Wa ya must to talk wa ya ri okwe ave mama no wash ave pa no wash ave mama wa e ya set yo tone ikoniro e pa mo dia hewe no ya me we we wo wa off we gbe ababa yi o pot wa ge won dogun bita o wa ge we ri e be bai ari e be bason bye everyone.